You'll see various places. Not too far, Sal. I want to put some closer. I see another stump right here. Bring one back this way. So he's out here with my bag helping me, and he's my life partner. We have a great time when we come out here. Look how beautiful this is. So what I'm going to do, here's another stump. I like to put them on the stumps instead of the flat ground because it will protect it from any dirt and debris most of the time. Now this one is just a nice little one that says look up, and here's a decorated cloud.
Nice, huh?
And she's a girl cloud. So she will go right there, a small stump, small rock. And so there she is. And we're going forward. Don't go too far. And don't hurt yourself with that bag because I can get it. I can carry it. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit further. Because I have a lot of rocks, I want to get them out of the bag as quickly as possible so that I don't have to carry them that far. So then, now here's the situation. If you're in an area where you don't have any tree stumps, you actually can put them on the ground. And the tree makes a very good coverage. And if you look at the ground, I'm going to show you from far back. There we go. So let's take any rock. I'm going to go ahead and get one.
Beautiful.
And this one is a car, of course.
Yes. Oh,
which
I
I
love it.
like, and I did that one.
That's gorgeous.
And this one is a house. So I figured they live in a house right here, right? And then when they go home, they pull up in the back and they park their car. So it has kind of a little theme to it. For kids, I think the kids that walk past will go after the car because they like that, you know, especially little boys. And then, like, if you're an older person, you might like this one or both. So I'm going to put it on the car side and let the surprise pop when they pick it up, and notice that the other side has something different. So here's the tree, so you can see. So we're showing how you can place your rocks.
Good.
And then here is the rock. Okay, and now we're on further down the trail. We usually go about this trail's this is really miles
Really
long,
nice.
but I usually do at least I want to do about 2 miles.
We will.
But ever since Sal had his stroke, we haven't been able to
slow.
walk that much. He's slow, so he has to take his time. So here's another large tree stump, and on this one we want to get a big heavy rock because we're getting rid of some of our heavy weight when we put these out because you have to carry the bag, of course. So I need a heavy one. Now that's not really that heavy, but here's this one. This is just a little tree, a tree on a tree. And one thing about rocks, when you're finding your rocks, try to find rocks that stand up by themselves. Like, I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
See? And then here's another one. This is a bird.
I love it.
A bird
Great.
went around, and then I got the bottoms back. And then the bottom, I just got this blue pretty thing, and there's a
That's
flower
really
there.
nice.
Actually, I would prefer this one here instead of the green one because a lot of times the colors that you use, if they're going outdoors, they could blend in so much that you can't even notice that there's a rock there. So you want to use a little bit of contrast, and white backgrounds stand out really nicely. Yellow does too. The green, I used a different type of green. I used some glitter to make the green more glittery so that you could see it better. So see how these look great in gardens and everything too. So here we are at the supply pond, and we want to put them in places where people would go. Like I'm telling you, see if there's a big rock down here. I kind of been wanting to get it. See that big rock in the middle, but I don't want to go down there just yet. It's a beautiful park, and it gives us a chance to become one with nature. Okay, so here I am here on this trail. Here's a good tree where there's not much covering it, and there's not going to be a lot of ground cover there after a while. So I'm just going to put the tree one that I just showed you. This tree. This is the front. The back I just did with a very pretty metallic glitter green on the back. But here's that one. And then I'll show you what I mean. There it is right there. And so we're going to go forward. And I'm on the trail. Sal, you're looking good up there. I wasn't going to put a person on the video, but you look so gorgeous. How could I not?
I'm earning it because I'm doing good.
I'm surprised you're carrying that bag.
Yeah,
this is
how
great.
good I'm doing, isn't
Yeah,
it
he had a
great?
stroke. How many weeks ago?
2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Now, 2 months.
And the recovery has been great. We've been doing physical therapy.
I feel good today.
I've been doing this physical therapy for him because I think that the faster you get back to life, the better. Okay, here's another good tree. Just hand me any rock out of the bag. I'll let him put it down. But see these little gaps in the bottom right here when you go back? Those are the best places because it protects the rock from both sides. And let me just show it so you can see. This is a boat. And we have the boat on this side. And then just a little design on the back, just something so that it's not blank. You see how that glitters? It's going to really glitter in the sun. And here's the steamboat. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Here he is putting it down. And this is how we both get our exercise.
Yes.
Oh, perfect, perfect. And there's the rock. And so let's keep going. And now we're going to just pick up our pace a little because I don't want this video to be too long.
Going good.
Here, you can hand me a couple of rocks out of the bag. That way we don't have to keep stopping as much. And then we're just going to be placing these rocks. Ooh. And I'll show them to you. Like this is the next one as I walk. This is another nice little house. Let me just stand still so you can see it. And there's the back and bottoms. I always try to do something on the back and bottoms, even though they're going to be just sitting flat. I still like to do something on them just so they have a finished look. You don't have to do the bottoms. It's totally up to you, your decision if you want to or not. But we're going pretty quickly. Sal, if that gets heavy, I'll take the bag.
Okay.
And then if you want to hold the camera, you can film me doing it.
No.
Okay. He wants to get this exercise, so he says, no, let me get the exercise, which is good because with that stroke that he had, he really does have to fight it. You just can't succumb to it. Now here's another tree, and of course, I showed you this one. That's going right here. You want to hide them in plain sight. You don't want to hide them so nobody can find them. The whole purpose is that they do find them. And then when you have smaller rocks, you may want to put them closer together. Like this, here's the next one. So let me show you while I'm walking. Here's this one. It's flowers. 2 little flowers, just something nice and peaceful. It will look nice on a window ledge. You can use it as a paperweight on your desk. You can put it in your garden. You can use it around your plants. I even made a little fortress on my porch, on my top porch, believe it or not. And it's the area that I actually paint in. Now, one thing you don't want to do with your rocks, you don't want to hide them in places like this. Now, let me show you what we're talking about. For example, you see there's a tree bark right there. But look at all this grass around it, all these trees. Your rock is going to get lost. See, don't put your rocks in places like this, look, because no one will ever find them. The elements will beat them up, and you did all your hard work for nothing. But look how beautiful it is out here.
Beautiful.
It is just a beautiful day.
It is. Not that hot either.
And it gives me an excuse
really
to get some
nice
exercise, which I need. Like after he had his stroke and we stopped walking, I quit smoking around that same time. I quit smoking January 15th. So I have gained 20 pounds since I quit smoking. And then I thought once I quit smoking, I could lose it all by adding more exercise. But then he had the stroke, so I didn't have my walking partner to walk with me. And so I missed out and I've gained all this weight, 20 pounds. So here's another one. It says, make it all count. And it's just a pretty flower. And since I got that flower down there, I'm going to put 2 together. But I want to show you something. See, these look like, see all this grass growing around it? These could possibly get lost. So it's okay to change your mind about where you want to put them. So I'm going to put these 2 together somewhere, but not here because look at this. It's just a matter of probably days or one good rain and they're all shot. Is this where we go down here sometime?
No, further.
Okay, so we're going to go up some more, kind of like uphill this way. This is a beautiful park. And like, there's a lot of places where I want to put them like here, but you don't want them to get missed because this is such a small, like I'm the only one that can fit through this path. Me and Sal, if we were walking side by side, we could not go through side by side. No. So it gives you an idea how small this area is. So we're going walking some more. And I'm so glad we're doing this because like for the last 2 months, he hasn't been able to do it at all. He's lucky to even be able to get a block. And his stroke was, it was bad enough. It actually, his face hasn't gone back to its normal size yet because one side of it is still hanging down from a stroke and his left side is still really weak. But he's fighting it like a trooper. And I'm going down this path. I just went off the road to go down this path because somebody built a little teepee type of wigwam. Is that what it's called, Sal?
Yeah.
And I've been putting rocks down there and they don't know that it's me. And then they've been taking them and I put them in this wigwam. Look at this. Somebody built this.
Yes.
So I've been out like once or twice a week. I come down here and I put some rocks in there for whoever this guy is or girl. And look, I don't know who they are. They're mysterious because they built this thing. This wasn't here like 6 months ago. They just recently did it. And so, like what I've been doing, look at this. So this is inside it. So I've been going in here and I've been putting, give me one more rock. I've been putting a couple of really nice rocks. And this one I'm going to put two.
That's 3.
Because I appreciate the artwork that he did by building, or she, or they, this wigwam. So I'm going to leave these 3 under the wigwam. But let me show you what this looks like far back so you can get an idea what I'm talking about. So here's the wigwam. See it? And it goes all the way up. And I'm going to show you when. So when he walks past, he checks, or she, they check to see if their wigwam's still there. Because you know how people like to damage stuff. And then look, so when he comes to check on it, he sees that somebody left him 3 rocks. So I did that for him. So when he comes, he will be surprised. And so now here's Sal going down closer to the water. He found a good spot. You could put 2 down there, actually, Sal. Oh, good job, good job. So here's Sal. He's placing the rocks. See, you hide them in plain sight. If you can't put them back there because okay, Sal, I want to show them just for purposes. Look at this. So this looks like a good spot, but see that grass in front of it? They're never gonna see it. And see that one over there? Pick that one up, Sal. No, you can't, because the grass is just gonna grow back.
What?
No, we're gonna put something else there. Take that off. No, I'm gonna move these because see this grass? You can't put the don't. This is what not to do.
Okay.
Don't put them like this.
Right.
Because for sure, you see this little grass?
Yeah.
It's going to be covering it in a day or two. Nobody will ever know it's down there. So if you really want your rocks to be found, you don't want to hide them from people. You want them to be put in plain sight. And like I've told Sal about that when we were putting rocks out, when I was hiding rocks, he used to put them in the bushes and stuff. And I'm like, nobody's ever going to find them. And he'd be like disappointed when we came and the rocks were not there. So it was a little rough trying to get him to understand I'm doing this because I want people to find them, not that I don't want them to find them. Right. We've been doing this together for 4 years, but we've been together 13 years. But I just started doing this refinement of putting them out and things like that in the last 3 years. Okay. But yeah, I've been painting rocks for about 4 years. And I've taken a lot of classes. My mom used to be a certified Duncan ceramic teacher, and she taught me a lot about arts and crafts. So she actually poured and painted, did the real ceramics. Well, back then, painting rocks was a step down from ceramics. But once they invented the dollar store, it took away selling homemade ceramics because people could get them much cheaper. They were cheaper to buy from the dollar store than they were to actually make. And if you're trying to sell an item, you couldn't make a profit off of them like you did back in the 60s and 70s. But my mom, she had degrees up the kazoo. I don't know how many she had. She had every work seminar, every art seminar. If you do know how to do airbrushing, she did everything. She did it on ceramics. She poured her own rocks, but she didn't pour rocks. She poured with a liquid ingredient called slip, which is like mud, and it hardens into a nice deep clay. And here's a nice tree stump here. And she did her own. She had a class she taught in her house. And she had, probably 40 students off and on. And she had a kids class. And it was very exciting. And I guess in my older age, it encouraged me to want to do this because I've always liked art. And I've always liked painting and all this kind of stuff. But I didn't want to do the pouring and the firing of the ceramics myself in a kiln. I saw the work that she did, and boy, she worked her tail off. She had over 10,000 molds and so forth. So anybody that is experienced in ceramics will know, well, this is totally not ceramics. This is totally different. These are rocks that I find out here at this particular supply pond or any place else. Now see, he put one there, and I'm going to put this one here because see, I like to do some for the kids and some for the adults. And so see, so this is the trail. This is where it widens in this area. And so then on this tree stump, that's which is in dead center, I got that one there, and then a little airplane for a kid if they come by. Now this area down here is wide open, but it's full of so much debris that I won't put anything out here. So here's another quick tip. When you're putting your rocks out, I have about 50 rocks today. So, and it took me about, I don't know, 3 weeks to do them and dry them and seal them and everything. But if you're in an area with all this debris like this, you don't want to really put rocks down on the ground unless you see a tree stump. Now here's a stump, but it has a lot of tree growth over it, but it's still okay because it's high enough up. See, there's two of them. See that one and this one. So put something there. You want to put the biggest ones you possibly have on there. You don't really want to put small rocks on this thing because this grass is going to grow out on it. So I'm almost tempted not to put it here because look, see this? It's just a matter of time before that grows over it. So let's just find a better spot than this one. I usually use that spot, but I'm not going to do it today because the grass is going to grow over it. So let's just keep going. We're not going to put anything there. And you hear the sound of the frogs. So here we go. And I'm almost to the end of this video. I don't want to make it too long, but I just want to show you how this is done, how you get your rocks out, you get your exercise in at the same time. I put out quite a lot of them today because I've been stuck inside since he's had that stroke. These last few weeks, I wasn't able to go out walking. So in our frustration, I did him. Now, he doesn't paint any rocks. He just helps me get them out, and he's enjoying the exercise, which I'm very proud of him. How many more do we have left in the bag?
Not many.
Okay, we don't have many left. So I just did these two here. So I don't want to go too far for him exercise-wise because we have been walking for about 20 minutes. And doctors tell you, you want to get 20 to 30 minutes worth of exercise.
Yes.
And that's good. But I'll tell you, I need like hours. I need hours. I need to do an hour, but I want to lose all this weight that I gained so badly. It's like I almost felt like smoking again because I never thought that quitting smoking, I was going to gain 20 pounds. That's big. I can still fit all of my clothes. I guess I'm getting it in the right place. And a lot of it is probably just water weight.
It is.
This one says smile. And who doesn't love a good apple tree? But if they don't like an apple tree, they can just go to stem root, a root. But here's the tree. And this one says smile. How many left?
3 or 4.
Okay, give me all the rest because I want to tie this video up and finish it. So he's been carrying the bag. And look at this. Now, this is a stump right in the middle of the road.
That's it.
Here's the sun shining. I'm just going to stick it right on there. So, like, if you're walking in the place, look, everybody's going to see that. So you want to hide them in plain sight. So you're not really, when they say hiding rocks, you're not really hiding them. You're placing them. But you're placing them in places that if somebody wanted it, they could see it. If they were looking for it or if they just happen to come across it. But you don't want to put them so obviously visible that people who unfortunately don't like rocks, don't like rock painting, will get it. Like a lot of people I've seen this happen before, especially with like young teenagers. There's no offense against teenagers. I love teenagers. All of my kids have been teenagers. I was a teenager, so I'm not saying that. But I say that the reason why I believe that it's the teenagers, because I saw them. They were the ones that I saw do it. And they were teenage boys. They were riding around after this lady had placed all her rocks, beautiful rocks. Took hours to, base coat them. First, she had to find them. She had to base coat them. Then she had to let that dry. Then she had to get her design on there. She had to let that dry. Then she had to shade it and fill it in. She had to let that dry. Then she had to go in. She had to seal the front, let it dry, go back in and seal the back. She had to do a lot of work if she wanted glitter or whatever she wanted to do with it. She did it. And these teenage boys came up there. They're like 13, 12 and 13. And they took all her rocks one at a time, stopped where her rocks were on the trail following behind her. And as she was placing her rocks, these little badass bastards was throwing her rocks into the lake right here. And I'm just so angry about it. I'm going down a big steep hill. So hopefully on video, you don't get to see me fall. Sometimes I fall because I don't want to accept the fact that, hey, you can't get too old, you can't do it. But look at this. And we're nearing the end of our video. And I'll tell you something else too about collecting rocks, because that's what I'm going to do on my way back. So, hey, Sal, bring the book bag. I'm going to collect some rocks on our way back. There's quite a lot down here. Toss it to me. See, he's up the hill. Look, and I'm down the hill. I know, just, you don't have to. Just toss it. I don't think you can make it going down. It's very steep. So this is where I'm going to start collecting some rocks. And as you can see all these dry rocks? Well, these are the rocks that I collect. I'm going to dig them out of the grass of the tree. See, look at this. Then I'm going to take them home. I'm going to wash them and get them prepped and do this again. I want to get about 30, 40 rocks. So I won't make this video that long. I can do a separate video for that. But I just want to show you. And there's somebody's dog. Hi, cutie. Hi, buddy. Isn't he cute? And so this is where you would pick up the rocks. And here's the rest of the lake down there. And look, oh, he's cute. I'm making a rock video, so he gets to be the star. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, yeah, I know about that. Okay, so here are the rocks in the tree, and you can get various shapes and sizes. So all the rocks start off at this size, and I get them. Usually the best place to find them would be where a tree has uprooted in the woods. Look at all these. So I'm going to go after these. It'll take me about 10 minutes to get maybe 30 or 40 rocks. And I get them all shapes and sizes. But if I find a beautiful one that's real heavy, then I will keep that one. All right, guys, thank you for coming on our rock journey with us. And thank you for participating and enjoying our video with us. They want you to like and share. I don't like to tell people what to do. So when I find a good thing, I like to keep it to myself. But I'd appreciate it if you just put a like. Thanks for going on my rock journey. See you in the next video. Happy rock painting.